Have you ever found yourself making impulsive decisions when the trade starts moving? It's like the rush of excitement takes over. Suddenly, you're hitting the buy or sell button without even second thought. But have you ever wondered stopping why? Trading is an emotional roller coaster. Fear and greed takes over beneath the surface, ready to influence any and every decision that we are going to make. When the market starts moving, it's not just numbers. It's also about control our emotions. So in order to become a successful trader, we must journal our emotions. On each and every trade, we need to write down how did we feel once we hit the buy, once we hit the sell, whether we won or we lost the trade. Journal will make us better traders. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the weekly market recap. I hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Without any further ado, like, subscribe, share with friends. Let's see the charts. September is holding its reputation as a bearish month. We have a double top scenario on the SPY. Past week, 3% to the downside, 427 needs to hold. Below it, we're heading 419 and then 410. Would not be surprised if before end of September we will visit 420. QQQ broke below this major uptrend line support that held the higher lows since beginning of 2023. In the past week, broke to the downside 3.5%. 356 needs to hold. Another weekly close below 356, and this double top scenario will get validated, and we shall see 331 even before the end of September, maybe by the middle of October. Dow Jones continue its way to the downside, broke below the 340, very important level of support. It was tough resistance, support August lows, closed below August lows. Now it looks like we're heading towards the 336, 335 to the downside. IWM, you know these trend lines, we drew them few weeks back. We drew them in beginning of August, late July. Still holding this trend line, but IWM closed the week and the weekly lows, which means bears are in full control on the IWM. No bulls in sight. Breaking below this low, we are heading towards 171 area. Below it, we shall see October lows. Bitcoin, another week, another doji, basically moving sideways in the past 5 weeks. 27,500, very tough resistance. 24,600, important support. Below 26,000, below 24,000, sorry, we are heading towards this area of the 22,300. Ethereum broke below this white trend line. This white trend line held the higher lows since June of 2022. More than 1 year of higher lows. Now broke to the downside. 15 needs to hold. It was a very important level of support during January until March of 2023. Now needs to hold once again, and it's holding for now. Breaking down and under, we are heading towards 1260 and maybe even back to 1K. KRE broke below the 41 area. Now looks like we're heading towards the 39. 39,880 is the 618% retracement of this uptrend. Below it, we shall see once again May's lows at the 34.60. Oil, after a major bull run in the past 3 weeks, we got ourselves a doji, which means a doji in candlestick analysis. For those who are not so familiar with candlestick analysis, doji represents the most significant signal of a trend reversal. So if we had a very bullish trend, as you can see here, we had downtrend, doji, bounce from 67 all the way to 82. Doji, 2 weeks to the downside, then went up. Now we have a doji, 87 needs to hold, otherwise we are heading back towards this red box that was a very tough resistance since November 2022 until end of August will become the next support. SOXX, nothing surprising. Last week broke this uptrend channel. This week, downtrend continuation. Next is the 452, and I will not be surprised if by the end of September, middle of October, we shall see 406. Of course, everything you see and hear on my channel is for educational purposes only. As I always say, never follow blindly anyone on social media. Follow to get ideas, but never trust no one on social media, including myself, to tell you what to buy, what to sell, where to buy, or where to sell. You don't know my risk tolerance. I don't know your risk tolerance. So, in the end of the day, you need to do your own due diligence. It's your money. You must take care of your money. No one else will do it for you. Apple, with all the noise, Doji, another inside week. Past week we had inside candle. This past week, another inside candle. 171, 172 area needs to hold. Otherwise, we are heading towards the 165. Microsoft broke below this major trend line that held since January of 2023. 9 months of an uptrend, broke to the downside, 4%, and the weekly minus 4%. Now 311 needs to hold. Below it, we are heading towards 292. Netflix, once bulls gave up on the 454, and we said be careful, because if bulls will give up on this area, they tried for 11 weeks in a row, they tried and failed to break up and close above the 452 area. Last week, we had this major 10% to the downside. Previous week, last week, another 4%, 380 needs to hold. It was a very important level of resistance. Now needs to hold the support. Below it, I will not be surprised if we shall see 314 once again. Shopify, double top scenario, and as we said, we can get the same price action, the same volatility that we got over here to the upside. We can get the same thing to the downside, and here we are. Look at this candle, look at this candle, very similar candles. 52 needs to hold. Double top scenario will get validated. Another 2 days below the 52, towards where? No need to guess. We have Fibonacci levels to the downside. In my opinion, 48, sorry, is the next. Breaking below this one, 43.80, and then 38 to the downside. Amazon, same thing as Netflix. Bulls gave up on the 142, 143 area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. On the 8th week, and 8, we all know, is a Fibonacci number. Broke below the 130. Next is 126. Very important level of support. Look left. Important support since June until July. 1 month and a half of support. Breaking down and under. And we are heading towards 117 and maybe even 111. Tesla with a red week. 11% to the downside in the past week. But on the positive side, we are still holding above this trend line. This trend line holding the higher lows since beginning of 2023. Bounce, bounce. Now, let's see if bulls of Tesla have enough power in their hands to take Tesla once again above the 260 area towards this purple trend line over here. But if we take a look more closely, we can see the Tesla closed the week at the week close, which means bulls are nowhere to be found. Nvidia, also this 480, 500 area, very tough resistance since July. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on the 8th candle gave up to the downside. It all comes down on Fibonacci numbers. You can find them anywhere and everywhere, especially in trading. 401 now needs to hold, otherwise we have this double top, multi-top scenario, and the same price action we got over here to the upside. Don't be surprised if we shall see the same volatility towards 350 and this yellow trend line. AMD broke below this white trend line. This white trend line held the higher lows since October 2022. 1 year of an uptrend, broke to the downside, 5.2% to the downside, and Nvidia since June's peak until Friday, 27.3% to the downside. So are you a buyer or a seller on AMD? If you set all this rally to the upside and said, I'm waiting for AMD for correction, for retracement on AMD, here 30% almost since June's highs. Are you a seller or a buyer? Ask yourself this question. Are you a trader? Are you day trading? Are you swing trading? Long-term position holding? It all depends on what you are. What is your definition in the trading world? For me, no long for now. I want to see a bounce of the 90 area. I want to see some kind of a bounce. And then I'm waiting for a break above this red channel. And then I might decide, Fibonacci-Traders premium room, we shall decide together if it's a good time to go long or stay in short. Anyway, long on AMD, only a weekly close above this red channel. Meta, overall, looking not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dojis, 4 dojis. This is not a doji. 1, 2, 3, 4 dojis out of the last 5 weeks. Trend lines helps us to identify that the trend for now also on Meta is to the downside, but overall 8%. Once again, we see this 8 number. 8 is a Fibonacci number. It all comes down to the Fibonacci trend lines, candlestick analysis, and of course the Fibonacci levels. Where is the next support and resistance for price action on Meta? Below 290, we're heading towards 284. Below it, 274, and this trend line to the downside. Long continuation on Meta. We need a weekly close above 313, or if Meta will continue to slide down, we will look for a weekly close above this blue trend line. If you want to become successful trader, consistent successful trader, we need to understand the relationship, the true power that Fibonacci have on price action. It all comes down to Fibonacci trend lines. They are our roadmap for future price action. All the rest of the indicators, we have thousands and thousands of indicators. All of them, without any exceptions, are lagging. Fibonacci and trend lines, they give us the roadmap for future price action, whether to the downside or to the upside. If you want to become a successful trader, professional, profitable, consistent, successful trader, take your own future, your financial future in your own hands. Check the links in the description below. We have one-on-one live mentorship with me, or same program, pre-recorded. 6 hours, 49 lessons. We talk about only about pure price action, Fibonacci, and trend lines, and how we can identify the trend once it starts, whether it's downtrend or an uptrend. We don't want to wait and miss this kind of trends. We want to catch this kind of trends as soon as possible. And both programs, of course, comes with lifetime access guarantee for support and guidance from me, as long as you will need it, as long as you will want it. I'm here for you because it's not a mission, but my goal, my target is to help you. If you are committed to this process, I really want to help you to shorten the learning curve to become a successful trader. It took me 2 years until I found the set of rules that are working for me on the technical side and on the mental side, the psychology behind trading. And once we take the one-on-one mentorship, we can adjust and customize for you, each and every one of you, the technical side and the psychology behind trading, because we are different human beings. I'm different from you, you are different from me. Your risk tolerance is not my risk tolerance, and your mental tolerance and mental resilience is not my mental resilience. But once we talk, once we have the guidance, once we have the support, we can adjust it, what works for you, and we have some discounts. So check the links in the description below for further information. You're more than welcome to check it and discuss it with me on Twitter or Fibonacci-Traders Discord, or all the links in the description below. Google uptrend, still in uptrend channel, but 1 week just gave back 3 weeks gains below 130. We are going to hit this red line. Below it, we have all the levels to the downside, and in my opinion, we are heading below. If we will get a weekly close below this red trend line, we will see 115 and 110 once again. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, hit the notification bell, because we are going live 2 times a day during trading week, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Until the next video, enjoy the rest of your weekend.